Hey there, so in this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to create a resource library or a series of resource pages for your blog. So we've already talked about that creating several different type of resource pages on your blog is a great way to drive traffic. Now, from the printables perspective, even though your goal is to hopefully create printables to sell, free brings a lot of traffic. So whatever type of printables you're going to be creating, go and do your research to create several different free resource pages for that type of printable. And just to show you what I'm talking about, so it doesn't sound like I'm going in circles here. So here we have preschool printables, right? I always start on Pinterest and then I move over to Google. So let's say you create content for moms of toddlers or moms of preschool or whatever grade level. And so, moms like free stuff, right? So let's see how they're searching for free things in Pinterest. And then that will give you a breakdown of how you can lay out your resource page, right? Now, I want to say this resource page isn't just for you to create your own stuff. The whole idea behind this is people are looking for this type of content, and there are other people who create a lot of this type of stuff, like the actual free stuff, right? So you are just basically creating a roundup post of sorts that's going to list all the places they can go find these free things, right? And this will enable you to get more traffic organically. You may rank in Google, but definitely with some great Pinterest pins, start bringing traffic to your site of people who are looking for this type of stuff. And so, yes, they're looking for it from a free version, but oftentimes they understand that free is going to be basic. And that's where you offer the upgrades for your own paid versions of the product, okay? So just starting with this one, let's say we're doing preschool printables. So we come in here and we see we have worksheets, alphabet, numbers, shapes, colors. So there's right there are some, I guess, headings like H3s that you could use and then round up some places. And of course, those places, you can totally find these here in Pinterest. Now, you're going to be linking to other people's websites. So you're not creating content. You're not claiming this stuff as your own. You're saying, hey, below are some links to some websites that offer this free type of material, right? So there is no real need for you to reach out to the owner of those websites, say, hey, I'm linking to you. You're simply linking to resources. So long as you're not claiming any of it as your own, do not use their images without their permission and so forth. And so here is kind of a start of this. So you kind of lay it out like this. So this is with Gutenberg with blocks, right? So in here, I have a heading to say free printable worksheet. And the reason is, so I use a table of contents plugin, which it'll list it here, and then the different types. So we have free alphabet, free number, you could add free shape, free color. And then in the section, you give a little paragraph to say, whatever, get some good keywords in there to maybe hopefully get it ranking on Google. And then you simply link to these other sites. There's a lot of websites. And this is great because this is sending traffic to those bloggers as well, which is going to help them as far as getting more traffic to their site and bumping up their own sales. And so even if you never are going to create products like this, these types of resource pages are beneficial to your readers because you're providing a resource for them, right? A place to find these types of things. It's driving traffic to your site. So if you're going to ever apply for ad networks, these are great ways to kind of boost your traffic. You can keep creating new Pinterest pins and putting them out there, and hopefully you can get these ranking on Google. So again, even if you're not going to create paid products, these resource pages should be an integral part of every blog, whether you're a Bible study, whether you're parenting, whether you're homeschool. And speaking of Bible study, so again, always start with free in here. Free Bible verse coloring pages, right? That's something that I know a lot of people search for. So you could create a resource page for, you can create your own coloring pages, right? You can create your own coloring books, but then of course linking to other sites. So my resource page actually links to other of my membership, women in my membership, to their pages where they offer these free free Bible verse coloring pages. I also link to a few Etsy shops where Christian creatives sell them. Actually, here in the search query, this here is my pen. This goes to my library, so it's kind of cool seeing my own stuff show up here with these search queries. So again, a resource page, and just to show you what that would look like. So here is mine. So I have it broken down. So again, it's a free page, right? It's just free Bible verse coloring pages is what it is. And I have premium, so that's my stuff. So that's where I'm inserting, hey, by the way, I sell some really great ones too over on my Etsy shop. Here it is. And then I go into, I have some for Easter, the ones for adults. These are a little more detailed. I have some for kids. And then the ones to my other team members, and then just some other places to find different types, right? I'll be adding probably a holiday, Christmas and Thanksgiving. I may actually combine that into one library and then put different graphics for those. But this page gets a lot of traffic from Pinterest. Every month I get hundreds and hundreds of visits from Pinterest to this page. And so, of course, they're seeing my own products that I've created, but they're also linking to these other sites, so I'm sending them traffic as well, right? This is a good way to introduce some affiliate links if you're an affiliate for Etsy or any other Christian bloggers who create their own Bible journaling, coloring pages, things like that. You might could insert some affiliate links in here as well. All right, so let's close this one. So that was a free page, right? No password, nothing. That's ones you're going to maybe, so see here on mine, my free printables, I actually have a link on my navigation. So I have several resource pages. I have coloring pages, monthly reading plans, motivational wallpaper for your phone, and worksheets. And this one, some of these are my own things intertwined with links to other bloggers who also have this type of content. Again, a resource page doesn't mean you have to create this stuff. This is just simply, I guess, what most people would call a roundup post of sorts. I don't like to call it that, but it is just you rounding up all the other bloggers who create this type of content and put it in a single place for your readers to be able to access, right? Okay, so that's the free ones. You'll create links somewhere, like say here, you'll send this link out to your email list anytime you add new stuff. This is a great way to increase those visits back to your site with these free resources, right? So when you send out your welcome email or just your regular email, just like, hey, I added some new stuff to my resource page for my coloring pages library. You know, here's the link, and then you link them over to this page, and then they can click on whichever folder they want. So now we're going to talk about the second type of resource page, which is the password protected. And so this is the one you're going to create just for your subscribers. So where the other ones are sort of just roundup posts of a variety of different resources from around the internet, this one is really going to be more your stuff, right? You can include some other stuff in here, but this is where, so for me, because my niche is blogging, right? So as I'm creating new courses, I'm creating new products, whatever, I'll create some worksheets that I will send out a few of them to my subscribers. So they're part of the course, but if you're a subscriber, you may get a first peek at some of them for free, right? And so my resource library link is in every email. It's at the bottom of every email I send out. It's in the welcome sequence. Now you could use this as an opt-in, like get access to my resource vault, which has all this stuff. I don't actually have it set up that way, but depending on what you're offering, you could. So here is a layout. This is with Gutenberg. So again, I have where they can go straight to what they're looking for. This goes, so they know that they can search by content by going to my index page. If they don't already know about the free courses, to get them started on that, right? So if you have free courses or you have stuff, you definitely want to include that in here. Even though they can find it elsewhere, it really helps that when you send this to your subscribers, like everything is in one place, so they don't have to keep clicking around to find all the great stuff that you offer. My videos that are on YouTube, Most of my YouTube channel is unlisted because the videos are part of my courses. And so some of them I have kind of segmented with a different tag. So they're still unlisted if you go to my channel, but I've tagged them so that you can, as a subscriber, get access to some of them, right? And many of these are also in actual blogging tips blog posts. So again, it kind of compiles it all into one area to make it easier for my subscribers. Here is where I list all the blogging tools that I use for my site. Maybe not all of them, but the main ones, because that's a question I get all the time. So your resource page or your VIP library, that's what I call it. You can also, insert some affiliate links in here. Be minimal with that. Like, don't make it all about affiliate links, because this is really a place for you to reward your subscribers. In my scenario, these are questions I actually get. What email do you use? What theme do you use? And this and that. And so since I got those questions quite often, I have put that information right here in this for anyone getting ready to start their own blog. And then down here is where I have, so these are columns, right? So this is a double column, and that's how I have it all the way down. And then this is, I forget what this one is called, but it's another block element in Gutenberg. Now, all of these are available throughout my website, right? But again, I want to make it easy for my subscribers to get it. Now, this 8 things to know before starting a blog, this is actually an opt-in, but I also want them to know about the dictionary. I want them to know about these other things that I've sent out here and there in different emails. So depending on when they join my list, they may not have seen these things. And so now they can come right in here. And so this is the Christian blogging niche ideas. It's like 3 pages of all types of blogging niches that are geared towards the Christian content. Ideas for printables. These are just things that I've sent out. There are part of my courses, but these are some freebies that I sent out specifically to my subscribers. Some seasonal blog post ideas, SEO. There's 3 SEO checklists here. I have a graphics library. I used to take my own images. Before I actually started making money, I would take my own. And so I have a whole library of kind of stock photos that I took myself of different things that I try to incorporate the Christian perspective into. And my subscribers have full access to that. And then, of course, a link to my coloring pages. While this isn't really specific to blogging, I also highlight, like, hey, if you want to know how to make your own, here's the tutorial, right? So this is actually a link to another blog post on my site that shows them how to make their own. So this is just a layout that I have using a combination of different blocks. So let me see which block this is. I think it was one of my ultimate add-ons. Call to action. It was a call to action block. No, I lied. This one is, I think it might just be a side. Oh, that's what it is. It's been a little bit since I created. So go to layout element. It's media and text. And in this block, you can put the image on the left or on the right. Once you upload your image, I actually drag this line over so that you see my blocks all line up. And then you could put clickable text right in here. So again, it really just depends on what type of things you're adding. Give it some flavor. Don't make it all the same, boring, single file, right? Kind of move, alternate left alignment, right alignment, some stuff. Using these columns makes it super easy to line up multiple images. And then an important thing with your resource pages, always make sure you link to at least one other page on your blog. That internal linking is really important. But aside from that, link to other sites, link to your Google Drive, like the folders where you're housing some of your stuff. So for me, like these images are actually housed in, these books, they link to, where is it at here? Oh, it's down here. This book walks you through. So this book actually links to my Google Drive where they can download this book. Same thing with the dictionary. These are folders in my cloud drive that link directly to the folder that holds those particular printables. There it is right there, and so forth. So now, here's the important thing. For password protected, you want to make sure you password protected, obviously, but you also want to make it no index. So to password protect it, you're simply going to come right here to this first section, visibility. By default, it says public, right? So you want to change it to password protected and then give it a password. Now, anytime you send this link out to your subscribers, make sure you give them a password, right? Otherwise, they can't access it. So I have a permanent little blurb in the bottom of my email that says, members only, don't forget, check out the resource library where you can download other free blogging tools and so forth, right? That's in every single email. Again, the link plus the password. Now, the other thing you want to do for password protected is click over here into your, so I have Rank Math, but many of you may have Yoast. It's basically, they all work the same way. You want to come in here. So in Rank Math, it's under the Advanced tab here. In Yoast, it'll be the last one. It says Advanced, and you click on that. So in Rank Math, you will uncheck Index and then check all of these other 5, right? Don't worry about this here, but and that way it makes this a no follow. So no follow, no index. In other words, Google will not try to index this content to show up in search results and anything like that. You don't want to index because it has a password and it's only for your subscribers. In Yoast, there's 2 settings. One is a click box, it's yes or no, and the other one is a drop down. You're going to check no for both of those, and that will make the page completely no index and no follow. Okay, and then of course just create a whole bunch, not for this one, but for your regular resource pages that you create, these ones. Link to them somewhere on your site, maybe up in the navigation, make a main, like how I have here, and then make all of the ones you create as drop downs. Send it out to your email list, make a lot of Pinterest pins for it, and send it, a new pin every month going out for each of them. And that way, every month, all year long, traffic is continually coming to these places. But get creative. Again, start with one. Don't make it too crazy. Don't overwhelm yourself. But figure out a resource that's really specific to your niche, and then create a good resource page, which is a combination of maybe your own stuff if you have it, but also links to other places. Really honestly, the whole point of this page is to provide an opportunity for traffic, right? Especially if you're just starting. Yes, you're providing value to your readers, but you first need to get those readers. And these free resources, free printables, whatever it is, and it doesn't have to be printables. I call it printables because this course is about creating printables. But even if it was like, say, breastfeeding resources, right? So you link to other websites that offer tips and encouragement for breastfeeding moms, other blogs, other mainstream sites, whatever. But the best thing about this is now you're starting to get traffic to these pages. Then when you decide to create your own products, you start with throwing a really great opt-in related to what this page is about in here. Get them on your email list, and then you set a tripwire in that confirmation funnel, right? They subscribe, they have to go confirm, and then the tripwire is there for a bigger, better version of whatever this resource page is about, right? So if it was, say, homeschool, preschool activities, and you have these free printable letter activities and all these things, it's all free, but maybe you've put together a really great bundle of A to Z with 5 or 6 different worksheets and letter identification for each one, and then you offer it at like 50% off as your tripwire. So these resource pages are really a great way to kind of boost yourself into the sales kind of process, because you're going to get a lot, even if SEO hasn't taken effect yet. Free printables, free resource pages, those are going to get a lot of traffic from Pinterest. Then again, use that to try to decide what things you're going to keep exclusively for your subscribers, and then create the password protected vault as well. So I hope all this made sense. Remember, your password protected, you do need to make those no index. And then if you have any questions at all, if you get stuck, not quite sure how to make something work, hop over to the Facebook group and ask your question there, and hopefully we'll be able to help you out. All right, see you in the next lesson.